What up, y'all? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl, Mo Lachelle, and I am back at it again with part 2 to my series, Getting It Together in Your 20s. All right, so today my topic is going to be about relationship goals and dating, which is a very big part of being in your 20s. It's actually a very big part of life in general, but I want to focus this series on people who are in their 20s because I do feel like I can relate because I am in my 20s. So let's go ahead and get right into the video. All right, y'all already know your girl has her fancy clipboard just in case I forget anything, so don't mind me looking down. All right, okay, so the first bullet that I have is to settle down or to have fun. And what I mean by that is oftentimes 20-year-olds are caught in between whether or not they want to settle down or if they want to have fun, which is very normal. You're just like, you just were a kid, you were just a teenager, so it's like, why would I want to settle down right now? But at the same time, it's like, I'm very close to 30, them years gonna pass by fast, so should I go ahead and settle down, work towards settling down? So I just have a few questions to ask you, and this is what I want you to ask yourself so that maybe it can lead you into the direction of answering that question, okay? So my first question is, will you regret having fun or will you regret settling down? So I want you to think about it. Is fun, are you the type of person that likes to have fun, whatever fun means for you, likes to talk to multiple people, do whatever you like to do or whatever you consider fun? Is that you? Are you that person? Will you regret it later? And then vice versa. Will you regret getting in a relationship later? Will you regret that? Because a lot of people regret getting in relationships early on in life because guess what? They feel like they settled down too early and they are unsure of whether or not they should be in a relationship just because of that curiosity. And I think it goes both ways. People who are having fun are very curious about the relationship, and then people in a relationship are very curious about the having fun. So it's like you really want to experience. You want that experience, so you'll know that you're doing the right thing. You ever just wanted to have that experience or not ever wonder what if, because you have the experience and you know that you are in the right place because you don't want to go back to the experience that you had? That is that's just something that makes people sure about their situations, is not having to wonder what if. Okay, so the next thing is, will it become a distraction? And that's for both. Will having fun turn into a distraction, distract you from the things that you need to do, as well as being in a relationship? There are many people who are in relationships and those relationships bog them down and they are unable to accomplish a lot of the things that they want to accomplish because one, they are in their relationship and they don't know how to do both. They don't know how to multitask. And then two, they are in a relationship with somebody who hinders them, somebody who's an obstacle to their success, and they don't realize it. So that is something that I think you should be asking yourself when it comes to settle down or have fun. Okay? The next thing, how will it benefit me? Will being in a relationship benefit me? And what I mean by this is, why are you with someone if they are not benefiting you? And I don't want you to take that as you should take and not give anything, but I don't want you to get into a relationship and think that it is okay to not benefit from it. You need to have a partner who encourages you, who motivates you to do bigger and better things than what you're already doing. So I think that that's very important, to make sure that whatever you choose to do is beneficial to you. All right, so the next bullet that I have is, am I settling down? I want y'all to listen to this one. Am I settling down or having fun just to say I have someone or not feel lonely? And the reason why I made this bullet is because I feel like a lot of people settle down and they get into relationships and they get into unhealthy, toxic, unhappy situations because of the simple fact of they would rather be in a toxic, unhappy, unhealthy relationship than be by themselves. And it's the same way with just having fun with people. You go on all these dates, you look for this and that, and all these different guys or all these different girls because you don't want to be lonely. So ask yourself that. Is this really something I want, or do I just not want to lay in my bed by myself at night, or do I just want to have somebody to talk to all day? You can talk to your friend, you can talk to anybody. Make sure that when you want something, you are not wanting it because you feel lonely. That is a very deep question to ask yourself, okay? And I really want to get into the fact of I am not perfect, okay? I deal with some of these very things that I talk about myself. How do you think I come up with it? I deal with these things myself, so I don't ever want you guys to think that I'm saying that I'm perfect and I have the best advice and all of that. We are all human, we all make mistakes, and we all go through these things, which is why I want to bring these things to light and discuss it with you, okay? So my next bullet is, if a relationship is not what you want, it is okay, okay? You may need to find yourself first. There is there's a lot of pressure to settle down, to find the right person, to become relationship goals. When not even just in your 20s, but throughout life, there's a lot of pressure behind that. But if you do not want to be in a relationship, it is okay. You do not have to live up to society's standards. Live up to your own standards. Live up to who you want to be and what you want to do. Okay? Make sure that that is something that you are doing, and that is something that you know. Be confident in what you do. Be confident in that. Do not feel like you have to get in a relationship because society says so, because you will be the most unhappy person on this planet. Okay? Definitely keep that in mind. All right, my next thing is, do not expect to be completed by someone else. All right, I put this bullet on here because I feel like this is something that a lot of people do, including myself. We are brought up, or we are under the impression that once we get in a relationship, we have fulfilled life's purpose. Like we basically have it all. Like this is what you need to be happy, and it's not. Make sure that you are okay first. Make sure that you find yourself first, because you cannot search for the other half of yourself in someone else. It's all in you. So make sure that you understand that. Don't get in a relationship, or don't constantly look for people to complete you. You are the only person. You and God are the only people that can complete you. Okay? Keep that in mind. Please do. Study that. Write that down. You are the only person that can complete you. Nobody else. Do not get into situationships, relationships, having fun with all these different people because you feel like somebody out there is going to complete you. Because I am sorry to tell you, they are not. Okay? You are the only person that has the power to complete you. All right. Next bullet. Am I blocking my blessings by settling? Y'all, this is a good one, okay? So this is one that I bring up because I've often asked myself this. We always say that we're not gonna settle. We're like, I'm not gonna take less than I deserve, but we're human, and we find ourselves slipping into that. We find ourselves settling for things that we don't deserve. We find ourselves looking past the things about people that we don't like or that are red flags because we just want to be with somebody. Okay? So I really want you to think on this, reflect on this. In that current situation that you are in now, say that you are praying for a man, you are praying for a woman. You're praying and you're praying, you're praying, you're asking, and you're waiting to receive, but you have not yet sacrificed or given up that toxic person in your life, or that blessing blocker, that obstacle to what you are looking for. I honestly feel like we do that sometimes. I feel like we accept less than we deserve, and we sit there and ask God for these things, but we're not willing to give up anything to get those things. So that was a very deep talk that I had to have with myself. Am I blocking my own blessings by not being willing to sacrifice the toxic people, the toxic situations, the situationships, the broken relationships in my life? You cannot expect to get what you want without giving what you don't need. Okay? All right. The next thing, this is my last thing actually, and I think that this is something that you should definitely sit down and ask yourself, and maybe even write it down. What is your relationship goal? Okay? And what are you doing to work towards obtaining that? And this kind of goes back to what I just talked about. You can't sit there and ask for a man, the perfect woman, and be doing God knows what and accepting God knows what with God knows who. You can't do that. You have to, for one, a lot of people, they expect to do what they want, run around, do what they want, have fun, and then they expect to hop in a relationship and just automatically, it's easy, I'm committed, I can communicate, I can be a healthy person in a relationship. But it doesn't work like that. You have to practice. You have to practice what you want to be or who you want to be before you get there. It's not going to just happen overnight. You're not just going to hop in a relationship after 10 years of doing what you want and not committing to anybody and not communicating with anybody. No, it takes practice. So definitely make sure that you are doing the things that you need to do to reach your ultimate relationship goal. Okay? And the last thing that I have is get yourself right first. Get yourself right first, okay? And that goes back to, you are the only person that can complete you, okay? Make sure that you are finding yourself. You find yourself before you try to find yourself in others, because that's how you get taken advantage of, and that's how you settle for less, because you are so desperate to find yourself in someone else instead of finding yourself in you. All right, so this ends this portion of getting it together in your 20s. If you guys like this topic, definitely comment. Let me know if you think I missed something, and I can go over whatever topics that you guys would prefer me go over, and I can give you my advice, my opinion on those topics. But I really hope that you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed talking to you guys on today. If you enjoyed this video, please leave your girl a like, a comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe to my channel. Not only subscribe, but click on that post notifications bell so that you can be notified when I make a post. And I know y'all want to know what's next, so make sure that you click on that post notifications button. All right, so if you've been to my channel before and you are a faithful subscriber, faithful viewer of my videos, you already know how we end this thing. Go ahead and do it with me, honey. Ciao. Peace. Period.